Well, hey there, Bright Light, and welcome to this week's episode of Urban Shamanism with me, Steffi Funk, where I give you the sacred tools for an extraordinary life in the concrete jungle. And this week we are in episode number 9 of our 12-part video series, The 12 Universal Laws of Divine Purpose, where I am sharing with you universal laws as sure as gravity that you can rely on for both clarifying and manifesting your divine purpose. You know, the thing you were put here to do, so you can work with the flow of the universe instead of against it. With that, let's dive right into today's episode, which is the 9th universal law of divine purpose. But first, does any of this sound familiar? I don't have enough time, resources, education, or connections to be successful at what interests me. I need a certification, license, degree, or diploma first. I better take that next course. Maybe then I'll be ready. If so, you are stuck in the 9th law, and once you know it, you will be free. And here it is. You've been training for your divine purpose for lifetimes. Here's what this means. Girl, this ain't your first rodeo. If it interests you, you have a karmic relationship with it. You don't need to learn it. You get to awaken it. You've done it before. And if it interests you, it is yours to teach. Notice I said if it interests you, not if you're an expert in it. Because in fact, we learn what we teach. And you master your medicine as you pour it, not before. But here's where you might get stuck. If you recall from last week's video, your divine purpose is always meant to stretch you outside of your comfort zone. So if you are waiting to feel like the expert in anything, you'll never think you're good enough. It's meant to stretch you. So you'll always be waiting around for someday. Remember, vulnerability is extraordinary, not perfection. If you share how you are working through your struggle at whatever your creative impulse is, mine happens to be spirituality, but it can be nutritional therapy, leadership coaching, or jewelry making. You will be that much more relatable, and it lets you off the hook from having to be perfect. Remember, your divine purpose, your medicine, is that perfect combination of skills, strengths, gifts, experiences, interests, desires, and even your messes, because your mess becomes your message. So if you think you need to take a course to be a master in your own medicine, you got another think a-comin'. With that, here is your weekly inner shaman practice. Write down everything that lights you up and interests you. Also, what other people tell you you're good at, that you may take for granted, and things that you're experienced in. For example, I was a director of marketing in corporate America, and that has become such a blessing in my work as a shamanic healer. You wouldn't think it was related, but it totally was. It was preparing me for what I'm doing now. Nothing is ever wasted. And write down some things you've been through that you'd like to help others overcome, even if you're still working through it yourself. I guarantee you know a lot more than you think you do. At the intersection of all that is your divine purpose. Get a felt sense when you're done writing of a general energetic quality of the combination of all that. It should feel really good. And then say this: may seeds of light planted long ago begin to rise. I am ready to remember ancient secrets that my soul knows from time past, as I open to the universe using me in a way that delights my mind, body, and spirit. And so it is. And once you master your medicine, remember, as you pour it, not before, then you can create a certification course for everyone else to take. They can get certified in your method. So here's what you learned today. 1, the 9th universal law of divine purpose, and that is that you've been training for it for lifetimes and you are already enough. 2, where you might get stuck with it. And 3, how to work with it energetically using this week's inner shaman practice. Now take action. Download your cheat sheet, The 12 Universal Laws of Divine Purpose, at steffifunk.com/divine purpose laws. Then let me know in the comments below. Have you ever felt like you need to take one more course or get one more certification to prove you're enough? How does it feel knowing you are already enough and that there's no certification in you? It's all already there. And look, if you need a little help unveiling it or taking the next step, I get it, and I'm here for you. Book a shamanic healing with me. And yay for sticking with me this far. You definitely won't want to miss next week's episode of Urban Shamanism and the 10th Universal Law of Divine Purpose, which is going to allow you to completely release all attachment to the outcome and create simply for the sake of creating, freeing you to follow the hidden impulses of your heart just because they're there. See you then.